3 straight sets in a reverse sweep over your arch nemesis in Louisville.
I think Rachel Fairbanks for Pitt said it best. She said, we are on a business trip. We are here to win a national championship. And this Pitt team is on a mission.
They have been so close. Is tonight the night they break through? No surprise though, ladies, there's a lot of red in the stands in Amalie Arena here in Tampa. Nebraska travels well.
Sold out how many months ago? And I think that was in part because of Nebraska fans.
A long time ago. Backside, and there goes Olivia Babcock, her first swing in the semifinals.
And for Pitt, a freshman passed that ball, freshman terminated. 31 of 33 matches led by freshmen for Pitt.
Olivia Babcock, the number 43 overall player. Newer to the sport of volleyball, but Dan Fisher convinced her that volleyball was her calling, not soccer, and that'll be a service error for Pitt, point for Nebraska.
Could you imagine if she was in a goalie somewhere?
I'm glad she's not.
Well, she also said she didn't like the running part of soccer.
Here's Harper Murray for Nebraska. The Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Vasquez Gomez. Amy Klicka steps up to bump set that to Tori Stafford, another outstanding freshman for Pitt. Merritt Beeson, the Florida transfer. Fairbanks back to Stafford, and Lexi Rodriguez is there. Harper Murray out of the back row. Babcock. Bergen Riley calling on Merritt Beeson again, the leader, the captain of Nebraska.
We're going to see a lot of extended rallies like that, working from pin to pin. Finally, Merritt Beeson finds a seam in that Pitt block.
With such good defenses, it stresses you mentally. Can you remain focused during a long rally and keep that ball in play?
Fairbanks throws it up for Babcock. Rodriguez will set up. Allie Batenhorst, and she is blocked by Olivia Babcock. Get that hand up there.
With such big blocks on both sides, the 2 setters that you're watching today, they have to be really precise with their location. If they leave the ball inside, Holly, you're leaving them in a closet against these big blocks.
Definitely, and Olivia Babcock, number 5 on the right side for Pitt, is a monster block.
Cat Flood serving. She goes after Harper Murray, and it's an ace for Flood. Dan Fisher in his 11th season. They are the only team in the last 3 semifinals. They have 6 players that are playing in their 3rd national semifinal.
You have to imagine that experience, being able to draw on being on this stage so many times, has to be helpful here tonight.
They go back at Murray. She handles it better. Merritt Beeson off hands. Cat Flood steps in to set up Babcock. And she'll take a piece of the block with her. Olivia Babcock does not look faced.
Well, Pitt likes to go high, and it doesn't need to be fast for Olivia Babcock because she is so high. Her point of contact, working the outside hand of the block down the line.
Keep going after Harper Murray and serve receive. Fairbanks to Tori Stafford, and she's stuffed. Becca Alec and Merritt Beeson.
Nebraska returning the favor. Pitt has been going after Harper Murray in serve receive. They really want to test her out.
So now Lexi Rodriguez, the 2-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, back to serve for Nebraska. Fairbanks on the move up to Babcock. Andy Jackson, one of the true freshmen that have stepped up for Nebraska.
Really nice job by Nebraska, forcing Pittsburgh out of system. This set is low and tight, and it leaves Olivia Babcock with not very many options. Great job blocking. Really nice job by Andy Jackson, working to get out to close that block.
Don't you think in these first few points, we're going to see these teams feel each other out because of the big block on both sides?
Definitely. The court is shrunk. When you're playing a great defensive team, it's hard to find open floor.
Tori Stafford tipping. just wide. Point Nebraska. Well, John Cook was named the AVCA Coach of the Year for the 3rd time in his career. So well-deserved. Guys, he has no seniors on this roster. He has 6 new players. 5 of them are freshmen. And they have only lost 1 match all season.
And I think he's having a lot of fun this year coaching. He's got a young group, but he's got 2 amazing assistant coaches. You see Olivia Babcock elevate on the right side and crush that ball versus Nebraska defense.
I agree with you. He might not look it, but we swear he's having a ton of fun, and that's because of the youth on this Nebraska team.
He said he's been a lot more patient.
You have to be, right, with young players who are learning this for the first time.
Babcock trying to fire off a big serve, and it's a service error. She already has 3 kills, hitting 400. A true freshman, Olivia Babcock, out of Los Angeles.
She's also the best server so far in the NCAA tournament with 50 aces. Actually, not 50 aces on the season, but she does lead the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, 10 aces in the tournament. Fairbanks gets it out of the net. Stafford tips it over. Batenhorst. Andy Jackson with the slam. Here comes Babcock out of the back row. And Nebraska could challenge this. I think the ball hit the antenna.
Yeah, when Rachel Fairbanks went up to the net and dug that ball out, it almost looked like the ball grazed the antenna.
And Jalen Reyes went over and picked the green challenge card up and handed it to John Cook.
He
said,
begged him. Begged him to make that challenge. He was certain that ball hit the antenna.
And so Nebraska has used that challenge. You get 2 challenges per match. Unless we go to a 5th set, each team will get an additional challenge. If you're correct in your challenge, you get to keep it. I don't think it hit the antenna there.
From that angle, it did not appear that it did.
No, and I think what messes with your eyes if you're Jalen Reyes across the court is that antenna is already wobbling back and forth.
You're right.
I also don't see Pitt being in the net there. That's another thing they could look at on this challenge. Yeah, I think the net was already moving because the ball grabbed it on the way down. They can look for it hitting the antenna and also a player in the net.
Also, just really good pursuit by Pittsburgh, by the way.
Yes.
To get that point.
I mean, that's the defense we're talking about, right? There's going to be scrappy plays on both sides.
A lot of bumps and bruises, a lot of ice packs needed after this one.
So Daphne Nelson is our R2. She is the one taking a look and making the decision on this. And again, Nebraska thought it hit the antenna. You can see there it does not. If the ball did hit the antenna, it would be out. And I think we have a decision. So the call is confirmed. Nebraska will go down to 1 challenge. Unless we go to a 5th set, they'll get an additional challenge. So here's Tori Stafford. She was the number 12 overall recruit in this class, a true freshman, all ACC first team selection, and the 3rd team All-American. Andy Jackson on the slide, dug up by Pitt. Fairbanks and Valeria Vasquez Gomez got tripped up on the Pitt side. Seemed to be okay. Allie Batenhorst saved by Stafford. Andy Jackson by herself stuffed it.
The eye work by Andy Jackson, the freshman, number 15 in white. Look at her see that ball go the other direction, get out and over the net to block that ball for Nebraska.
What did Dan Fisher tell us? We asked him about Nebraska. He said, Andy Jackson is a bad matchup for us.
She's a problem. She's a problem for everybody because she is so dynamic and so fast.
Service error, point Pitt. Seven all, we're going to 25. Dylan Griffin checking in to serve for the Pitt Panthers. Lexi Rodriguez with the layup. Merritt Beeson in front of a triple block. Bergen Riley calling on Harper Murray, her fellow freshman. Babcock. Riley back to Harper Murray. Through the block of Rachel Fairbanks.
Really nice job by Harper Murray tracking that set, feeling that there was a gap between Rachel Fairbanks and the net, and she's able just to push this ball through. Nice strong tip.
So Kennedy Orr, who has shifted into that serving specialist role for Nebraska, will sub in. Also a setter for the Cornhuskers. Fairbanks going to the middle with Emma Monks.
Becca Alec making her case to her coaches that she didn't touch it, but remember, they've already lost a challenge early on in set one.
Yeah, it's hard to pull this second challenge card, right? You're down to one challenge.
In the first set.
I know, unless we go to a fifth.
He was definitely...
No touch, and it was out. So Nebraska keeps its challenge. They have one remaining unless we go to a fifth set. It's a lot of trust there with John Cook and Becca Alec.
This is a rotation for Pitt where the center, Rachel Fairbanks, is in the front row. Two hitters stacked, Emma Monks.
Fairbanks has to get it up with one hand to Valeria Vasquez-Gomez, and she'll terminate. And that gets them out.
A nice job, Courtney, by Rachel Fairbanks on the run here. One hand just gets her out of trouble, and then Vasquez-Gomez is in a one-on-one situation because of the save. Nice job by Fairbanks there.
Really athletic move to get under and lift that so her hitter can attack that.
The role has changed for Rachel Fairbanks. This is the first time this season in her career that she is setting in the front row as Pitt is running a 5-1 and not a 6-2 system.
She grew up playing in a 6-2 offense. That's where she would hit across the front row set from the back row, except for the summers when she trained with USA. She was able to run a 5-1 and get some experience there. But with the personnel on Pitt, with a right-sider like Olivia Babcock, you need Rachel Fairbanks in a 5-1.
We did ask her, do you miss attacking? She goes, man, I do love it. But it is really exciting to set up my great hitters and they get a kill.
It's a different kind of satisfaction.
Having two setters sitting next to me, I'm sure you know what that's like. Harper Murray drops it in the corner.
Harper Murray loves the big stage. You see the dig here and then the push out to the pin. Harper Murray, deep corner. Love that swing.
Harper Murray has carried a very big load for Nebraska all season, playing all 6 rotations. True freshman, Vasquez-Gomez. Riley back to Murray. Klicka steps in to set up Babcock. Vasquez-Gomez had to reach behind her to get it and couldn't get it all the way over the net. In flies Murray, and she is shut down. Emma Monks.
So Nebraska's a little out of system here. You got to go to a bump set from Lexi Rodriguez. It's a little bit tight, and look at that block between Emma Monks and Olivia Babcock. It's an absolute wall.
Maybe recycle that, tip into the block, play it back. She had nowhere to go.
No, absolutely.
2 blocks now for Pitt, 3 for Nebraska in this match. Beeson tooling the block, and hit the block and then the antenna, so the point goes to Nebraska.
Merritt Beeson's showing her versatility, attacking on the left side. Olivia Babcock's really high over the net. She needs to be disciplined with pressing over the net, keeping her hands on the opponent's side.
Fairbanks to Tori Stafford. Point Nebraska.
Tori Stafford telling Dan Fisher, yes, that ball touched me on the way out.
Got her shoulder.
Right off her shoulder.
Yep.
Good eyes.
Stafford off hands, and Pitt's having to do this. Fairbanks is on the move a lot right now.
But she is so good at setting her team in system. Even though she's on the run, look at the tempo and the pace of this ball out to Tori Stafford. Really nice job by Rachel Fairbanks on the run, keeping her team in system.
And that's what makes her special. She has a wide range where she can keep Pitt in system running that tempo.
In system meaning they have all three attacking options they can go to. Allie Batenhorst dug up by Flood. Stafford crushing it down the line.
We talk about Harper Murray carrying a big load for Nebraska, but Tori Stafford does the same thing for Pitt. She passes 6 rotations. Look at her crossbody down the line for Pitt. That's a big kill.
And the passion, too, it's contagious. Her teammates love feeding off of her joy and her energy.
And her poise.
Dan Fisher told us she competes from a place of joy, and that's definitely something that's contagious. Right to the donut, the middle of the floor.
Kat Flood a little bit tentative, number 3 in yellow. She was looking at that instead of laying down to dig that for Pitt. You cannot be tentative.
Fairbanks backside to Babcock, and Allie Batenhorst wins the battle. Nebraska's block prevailing, and the Cornhuskers the first to 15 points.
Hold their opponents to low numbers. And both teams right now hitting 1. Pitt is hitting negative, and Nebraska's hitting .087.
What are you seeing out of Pitt right now that's giving them problems?
Well, I think they've done a nice job at the net getting block touches, and that's a really nice swing from Stafford to get the kill. They're playing sloppy. They've got 8 airs, 8 kills, so they're literally hitting 0 for the match. Similar to the way they started against Louisville a weekend ago. They were a little bit sloppy, took them a little bit to get going. If they play clean, high-level volleyball, we could be seeing a different score here.
And against Louisville, they were down 2 sets to none and got the reverse sweep. They won 3 sets in a row to punch their ticket to Tampa. Babcock back row. Yes.
Olivia Babcock said when she came to Pitt, she was not a very good defensive player, and she's really worked on it. Look at her control that ball, and then big transition kill deep in the court for Pitt.
Looked like Harper Murray couldn't decide if that was in or out.
And a service error by Babcock, her second tonight.
She'll tell you, my greatest strength is my serve, my greatest weakness is my serve.
If it's on, it is on. I'll tell you though, watching both of these teams, ladies, they never panic. We've seen them both tested. They don't hit the panic button. That is 6 blocks for Nebraska, and we are in the first set.
Allie Batenhorst is long at 6'5". She comes in from left front and helps Andy Jackson to block that ball.
Nebraska's done such a nice job of staying home, always tracking Babcock out of the back row.
So what is the adjustment the hitters for Pitt have to make?
Courtney, why you always got to ask the hard questions?
Hey, it's the question everybody wants to know if you're a Pitt fan.
For starters, they got to start passing the ball a little bit better so Rachel Fairbanks has all of her options at her disposal. They become one-dimensional because they're out of system, so you know the ball is going to the back row.
Makes it easier on the block. Beeson handles that beautifully. Allie Batenhorst is going to get hands.
Beautiful pass by Merritt Beeson, and then obviously Batenhorst going flat and high off the hands. Bergen Riley, the freshman setter for Nebraska, locates that ball perfectly for her outside hitter.
Allie Batenhorst has had to step up when Lindsey Krause went down with injury back in October. She has taken over. Batenhorst has that other outside hitter spot. No touch. That one sails long on Olivia Babcock.
One of the things Dan Fisher talked about, he said, look, we're both great defensive teams, but we're more aggressive offensively. Nebraska up. Yeah, you want to lose if you're going to lose during the season, not during the NCAA tournament.
Long serve out of the timeout by Laney Choboy, and a point for Pitt. So Pitt called that last timeout. They are hitting 0 right now with 10 attacking errors here in set 1.
What's wild, Nebraska only has 6 kills in this first set. I mean, they've done this defensively and also because Pittsburgh right now is beating themselves.
And 6 blocks for Nebraska, 2 for Pitt. Harper Murray, off speed in the middle of the court.
Really nice job by Harper Murray. She's already showed you a couple of her tools in her toolkit. That she can go hard cross court, she can tip the ball through the block, and then she can just finesse you with a nice roll shot to the donut of the court.
Harper Murray, the Gatorade National Player of the Year, was the #1 overall recruit. Fairbanks to Emma Monks, and Fairbanks didn't have to move very much.
No, perfect pass, and then Emma Monks is long, #9 in yellow, just a paintbrush kill to the middle of the court.
So Fairbanks, Pitt setter, rotates to the back. The back row, she'll have 3 attacking options in the front row to set. Still serving at Harper Murray to make her pass. She's going to tool their block for a kill. Nebraska, the race to 25 points.
John Cook talked about Harper Murray, the load that she carries for this team. Teams serve her, and then she's got to swing high off the hand. She's got all the offensive tools going off the inside hand of Emma Monks, the Pitt middle blocker.
And look at her numbers right now. In their last match against Arkansas, she hit 163. She's at 375 right now. Runs out of contacts. They can't get it back over.
I love what John Cook told us about Harper Murray. He said she is one of the best, if not the best player in the country after 20 points. He said, watch, when we get to 20, she is involved in almost every single point that gets us to a set win, and we've seen that thus far.
Harper Murray championship for the first time ever, Sunday at 3 Eastern on ABC. We are so excited. For more information on all 90 NCAA championships, visit ncaa.com. This is just our first of 2 semifinals tonight. Texas and Wisconsin will start about 35 minutes after this match concludes. Texas, of course, the defending national champions. Nebraska's defense and poise has served them well here in set 1. 3 points away from taking the opening set.
Speaking of poise, you were just looking at it. Bergen Riley almost is a statue in terms of the way that she plays. You never know what she's thinking, how she's feeling. She is so even-keeled and steady for this team.
Well, she told us yesterday, she's like, look, I've played up my whole life, so I'm not intimidated by this stage. When she was in 8th grade, she was playing on varsity. When she was 13, she was setting for the 18 teams. She is used to playing in the big moment with older players with a lot of experience.
It's a good sign for Pitt. That looked really good coming out of the hand of Valeria Vasquez Gomez, her 2nd kill. Vasquez Gomez was part of Pitt's first round of 18 back in 2020, and she's been to the last 2 semifinals with them, now in her 3rd. Tori Stafford on the chase. Riley to Merritt Beeson.
Merritt Beeson sneaking it through the seam on the block. Olivia Babcock is high, and that allows that ball to sneak through. You have to press that inside hand, either Emma Monks or Olivia Babcock, to close that seam for the Pitt block.
Raising the tape, and Emmy Klicka gets it up. Stafford is long, and it's set point Nebraska. Pitt's going to make a substitution. They'll sub out Valeria Vasquez-Gomez and bring in Logan Mosley, a defensive specialist, to pass in the back row. Stafford puts it right on the head of Fairbanks and drops it in the corner. Second set point, Nebraska.
We talked about the poise of Tori Stafford. She passes this ball perfectly, and then look at that smart swing deep to the corner to avoid the Nebraska defense.
Rodriguez will have to set Batenhorst. Cuts it too sharp. Third set point, Nebraska. Pitt has consistently gone after Harper Murray, number 27 in white for Nebraska. Third set point, Cornhuskers. Harper Murray struggles with the pass. Batenhorst. What a save. Nebraska gets a free ball backside to Merritt Beeson. In flies Stafford. Three blockers in front of her. Nebraska's block has formed a wall in Tampa. 8 blocks in the first set.
Unbelievable start defensively, 8 blocks, and it was unbelievable defense by Nebraska to win the first set.
Yes. It's so frustrating. Yeah. It is so frustrating. One time you have
momentum.
the momentum. Oh,
yeah.
Momentum swings back and forth.
Courtney Lyle, Holly McPeak, and Katie George with you. The start of set 2 here after Nebraska won set 1, 25-20 in our first semifinal of the night. Harper Murray with the tip. Fairbanks to Valeria Vasquez-Gomez. Out of the back row, Merritt Beeson. Olivia Babcock, and that is block number 9.
The discipline of Nebraska's block, and I think they have a very good scouting report. They know exactly where that ball's going in transition, and it goes to Olivia Babcock often. You see Harper Murray and Becca Alec with the Nebraska block.
Nebraska's coming off a season-high 17 blocks against Arkansas. They already have 9. And Vasquez-Gomez finding the court.
Nice job by Gomez. They're falling away from that set, able to drop that into the middle of the court.
She has 3 kills, hitting .333, also 5 digs. And she will step back to serve. Still going after Harper Murray. Becca Alec is long, point Pitt. And John Cook is going to pull the green challenge card for a 3rd time tonight. And so for the 2nd time tonight, Nebraska is correct in their challenge. They still have 1 challenge remaining unless we go to a 5th set.
And John Cook's shaking his head. I think he's a little frustrated that he's had to challenge that many times.
3 times
already this early in the match.
Tori Stafford. Take 2. Riley backside to Beeson. Allie Batenhorst as they try the left side.
Great pickup off the block here by Lexi Rodriguez. A good push from Bergen Riley, but look at this, all the way out into the antenna. Allie Batenhorst has all the shots. She can work herself around that block. Great swing.
Stafford into the Nebraska block. Right back into Merritt Beeson.
Welcome to my block party.
I love watching Becca Alec patrol the net side to side. Merritt Beeson gets all of that, but Becca Alec gets there to close, and you're right, Nebraska having a field day at the net.
That is a song, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Don't sing anymore, and I will have to pay a rights fee, but... Ladies, double-figure blocks for Nebraska for the 13th time this season. They have 10. We are in the second set.
We talked about it. Kelly Sheffield said, hey, you can win in a lot of different ways. We didn't think it was going to be all about blocks because Nebraska has fantastic backcourt defense, but that's been the story so far.
We have yet to see Pitt make the adjustment. But having watched them this season, you know it's coming at some point. Answering with a block of its own by Olivia Babcock.
Well, Pitt was able to get Nebraska out of system in their huge block, just camping out on that right side, and it pays off.
These blocks that we're seeing, it really tests you as an attacker to be creative, right? And to really focus your eyes on what you're seeing in front of you so that you can use the block to your advantage.
It's got to be hard to not be frustrated, though, right?
Absolutely.
Rodriguez diving. This will be a free ball back to Pitt. A great opportunity for the Panthers to terminate. And Chiamaka Wokolo will. First time we have called her name, the veteran, the captain of this Pitt team.
And I love watching Chia Wokolo play. Great job in a free ball situation, running a quick one set out of the middle. Wokolo able to beat that block, go strong cross-court shot.
She was working in a law office when Dan Fisher took her to coffee and said, please come back. You'll have to earn your spot on the court, but you 100% will be our captain, and she has done both. Merritt Beeson to the back line.
One captain to another.
Merritt Beeson has worked on her approach from that right side, and watch her hit with range. She loves that sharp angle, but this time going high, deep down that line for the kill.
5 kills for Beeson to lead the Cornhuskers. Fairbanks going quickly to Wokolo. Murray out of the back row. One-handed save by Harper Murray. And it was touched. The effort pays off from Murray in the back row.
Look at the range that you see from Harper Murray as she plays middle back for Nebraska. This ball is cut down the line. She's able to run it down with one hand. Lexi Rodriguez sets up Batenhorst for the kill.
Nebraska hitting .333 in this set. Stafford tooling the block this time. There you go.
There's that creativity you need to see.
You have to manage your swings and change it up. That time using the outside hand of Merritt Beeson.
Stafford out of the negative, but hitting 0 right now. 6 kills, 6 errors. And a third service error tonight from Olivia Babcock.
I saw Olivia Babcock yesterday working on that, and she kept reminding herself to reach high and hit that ball deep. We've seen her hit a couple into the net already.
It was passed really tight.
Rachel Fairbanks just trying to save that, setting her middle blocker, but just a misconnect there.
Oh! Drop it in, Merritt Beeson! Welcome to semifinals.
Talk about threading a needle down the line. Line to line, Merritt Beeson is able to get this past Tori Stafford's outside shoulder. What a serve from Merritt Beeson, Nebraska.
Regional final win against Arkansas. We said, what do you envision when you hit the transfer portal and you came to Nebraska? And she said, this is what I envisioned. Coming to the semifinals, and she just dropped in an ace.
In some of her skills, one, her voice and building relationships, and that's why she's a leader on this young Nebraska team.
There are no seniors on Nebraska's team, so it's Merritt Beeson and Lexi Rodriguez who are the captains. Andy Jackson just soars.
When I hear you say no seniors on this Nebraska team, that's scary to think every single player is going to be returning next season for this team.
And better.
Exactly.
A 6-1 run now for seniorless Nebraska. Just long. You put the numbers with the underclassmen. Look at the percentage the underclassmen make up. 55% of their kills, 52% of their digs, 44% of their blocks by underclassmen this season. Andy Jackson, underclassmen, give her another kill.
And this is the matchup that head coach of Pitt, Dan Fisher, was worried about. Andy Jackson, her length. Look at her high point of contact going high off the hands of Pitt. She can hit with so much range for Nebraska.
That's her second kill. You know, we talk about the youth of Nebraska. A key for them, all 5 freshmen arrived in January. They all graduated early, and John Cook said that has been the difference maker. Pitt has brought in Alexis Akeo to set, #1 in the back row.
I think it's a great point, Courtney. The fact that they all arrived early, they were able to build chemistry, they were able to learn about each other, build that rapport that certainly we are seeing here tonight. But actually, it makes it even more impressive that you've got 2 freshmen on Pittsburgh that are just as impactful. They arrived at the end of June and are playing at this level the way that they are in less time.
Good point.
Murray off hands. And Vasquez Gomez hits into the net.
Pitt has 2 setters on the floor. They are now in a 6-2. Rachel Fairbanks is going to be a hitter, it looks like. Akeo #1 for Pitt will be the other setter on the floor.
Not something they're unfamiliar with. Pitt ran a 6-2 most of last season with these 2 settings. So there's Lexis Akeo. And Becca Alec was ready.
Becca Alec just owns the net for Nebraska. That is her part of the court. Stay out of her way. Watch her eye work. She is not fooled all over that ball. Good handwork to throw it back down.
So going back to the 6-2, that means the setter is always in the back row. There's always 3 attacking options in the front row. How can this help Pitt in this situation?
Just gives you a couple more options to be able to swing, especially when you're out of system. Great dig there by Pittsburgh.
Off of the block, into the antenna, point Pitt.
Worth mentioning, though, Rachel Fairbanks was forced into a 5-1 for Pittsburgh because she was dealing in the midseason with an ab injury, and now she's going to be asked to attack when she moves up to the front row. Will be interesting to watch her production as an attacker now, not just as what she does as a setter.
So she is now rotated to the back row to set for Pitt and serve. Merritt Beeson triple blocked. Vasquez Gomez.
Pitt puts up a triple block. They're ready for this ball in this rotation, going to Merritt Beeson, and they are all over that. Valeria Vasquez Gomez, #2, closing that block for Pitt.
I appreciate the switch by Dan Fisher, trying to provide a spark, change things up, make it a little bit more difficult for Nebraska's block. Now you've got 3 hitters at all times that you have to be able to focus on. I appreciate trying to change something here. chess match.
And they've also had trouble scoring offensively, so why not put another arm?
Twice into the block. They go fast to Harper Murray. Everybody on the Nebraska side holds up their hand for a touch, including this one.
And the first one he wasn't correct on, he can blame Jalen Reyes.
Correct.
Largest lead for Nebraska. And a foot fault on Bergen Riley on her serve.
A very rare error by Bergen Riley. She's really upped her service game. Left foot, just toes touch that line.
Free point for Pittsburgh. Can you go on a run with Vasquez Gomez's serve here?
Murray will swing from the right side. Fairbanks to Monks. Laney Choboy flying. And Merritt Beeson is blocked by Monks and Babcock.
Pitt finding ways to score, and it's all about their defense. Emma Monks and Olivia Babcock, huge block for Pitt on the right side.
Nebraska's going to take a timeout.
Cleared and healthy to train with this team. She knew she was ready to go, and boy, has she had an amazing season.
Yeah, she is one of several fabulous freshmen that we have in this match on both sides of the net. Olivia Babcock, Tori Stafford for Pitt, and then Bergen Riley, who has been the starter from day one at setter for Nebraska. Harper Murray, Andy Jackson, Laney Choboy.
So much young talent on this floor. I can't wait to see their games grow.
I think it's terrifying for their opponents because they're going to be here for a very long time.
Agreed.
Babcock makes sure that hits the floor.
What a serve from Vasquez Gomez. This ball just absolutely drops on Laney Choboy. Becca Alex steps into set a little bit too tight, which allows Babcock to throw down. That starts at the service line for Pitt.
And Vasquez Gomez offensively has been big for Pitt in this set too. 3 kills, just 1 error, hitting .250. All coming in set number 2 here. Back at Choboy, better pass. Harper Murray off the block and give Harper Murray her 6th kill to lead Nebraska.
And you see the versatility of Harper Murray, that time swinging on the right. We saw her also block on the right in a couple different rotations.
Harper Murray, the 2nd Big Ten freshman of the year at Nebraska. The first was Maddie Kubik. Babcock, dug by Murray. Beeson, looking down the line, too wide, point Pitt.
Merritt Beeson going for that line swing again, just turning it a little bit too much. Told their setter that she liked that set.
Killed by Allie Batenhorst.
Perfect pass from Lexi Rodriguez right on top of Bergen Riley's head here. She's got all 3 options at her disposal. She pushes a nice in-tempo set, gets Batenhorst one-on-one.
That one just died going across the net. Okay, Olivia Babcock off the head of the Nebraska block.
The athleticism and length of Olivia Babcock Gives her the ability to go high off those hands. Watch her just hang. She's a little bit on the way down. Looks like it got some head.
I'd say we've all been there, but Holly, I don't think you and I have.
No,
we've been
I
there.
definitely have never,
I've never
had a ball over the net. No, come close to my head.
No, neither have I.
Oh, laser beam!
That's the serve. That's the serve we're used to seeing from Olivia Babcock.
And you talk about swagger. Harper Murray's got it, but so does Olivia Babcock. And now really getting after it, reaching high. And look at that angle on that serve. What an ace.
Closest since it was 7-5 in this set. Pitt is on a 6-2 run. And a service error for Babcock.
High risk, high reward serve.
Six service errors for Pitt.
Pitt's back to the 5-1. Rachel Fairbanks in the front row running the offense.
Bergen Riley going over on two. Catching Pitt off guard.
I love a good two-shoot. You don't expect it.
5 national championships, the last coming in 2017. One of these teams will advance to Sunday to face either Texas or Wisconsin. That'll be our second and final semifinal of the night. Batenhorst took a piece. She's up to 5 kills. Olivia Babcock.
She looks like she was just hitting that out of the front row.
Yeah.
Unbelievable lead by Rachel Fairbanks. Look where she starts her jump and where she finishes. Right behind that line and at the net. Unbelievable angle from Babcock.
And I don't even think she's at the height of her
No.
reach. I think she's a little bit on the way down.
The joust goes on the Pitt side. Nebraska able to get it out of the net. 3-ball back to the Panthers. Fairbanks to Wokolo. Still going. Vasquez Gomez. Batenhorst broke through. Scrappy play.
Allie Batenhorst is working hard with her feet. This is a tough set to hit. It's off the net. It's coming over your shoulder, but she stays aggressive for Nebraska, and it pays off.
Cornhuskers 4 points away. Babcock out of the back row again. That puts her at 8 kills to lead Pitt. She's got a full stat line, 3 digs and 6 blocks to go along with that. This is Dylan Griffin. And hit the antenna. No, the up official waves it off. But Emma Monks puts it on the middle of the floor. The lines judge waved the flag in the air, signaling it hit the antenna.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez, huge block on Andy Jackson. That's the matchup that Nebraska wanted. Pitt didn't, but it pays off for Pitt there.
Harper Murray. And a misconnection, looking for the roll shot.
Pitt going for a little run, trying to get momentum, and this is an important time.
Lainey Choboy upset with herself, knows she can put together a better pass out of serve receive for her team.
And Nebraska will call timeout here.
From the service line, you could possibly even this thing up 1 apiece. That's a great way to go into the locker room.
Pitt is on a 3-0 run right now. You see the difference between the first set and the second set. The errors have come way down from 13 in set 1 to 4 here in the second set. They've gone on a 10-6 run since trailing by 6 here in set 2. Murray has to readjust, and that's going to be an attacking error. There was a touch called, so it will be a point for Nebraska.
Did look like Harper Murray got her feet quite to that ball, but was able to swing and get a piece of the Pitt block.
It's a huge side out by Nebraska.
So in comes Kennedy Orr. Harper Murray off the block. Saved by Klicka. Murray again out of system, and the hustle never stops for the Cornhuskers. You want back row play, they've got it.
And this dig made possible by Kennedy Orr, sticks her right hand under that ball, lifts it, and then Harper Murray with a big aggressive swing in transition.
Rachel Fairbanks looks a little shaken up in the front row for Pittsburgh. She's trying to test that ankle.
Fairbanks fighting through, still jump setting Olivia Babcock out of the back row.
And what a great run by Pittsburgh. Perfect pass. Fairbanks sets the bick right up the middle to Olivia Babcock, who's able to fight her way through that block. Textbook run from Pittsburgh.
And I like that tempo better than that high ball. I think that allows Nebraska's block to get out and on those hitters.
Harper Murray. Vasquez Gomez gets the block touch. Murray! A cannon! Set point Nebraska. Her 5th kill in this set.
Harper Murray is having a great match, but look at this one-on-one situation Bergen Riley is able to put her in. She holds the middle blocker with her. Harper Murray's got that entire seam to work with.
Raising the tape and making it over. Fairbanks backside to Babcock. Second set point, Cornhuskers.
Good isolation to Babcock on the right side by Rachel Fairbanks. She is definitely limping. All is not right now with Rachel Fairbanks of Pitt.
See her shaking out that left leg. Murray on the right side. Babcock, dug by Bergen Riley. Tori Stafford coming to get it. Merritt Beeson off hands.
What a rally.
Through the block, Tori Stafford. 3rd set point, Nebraska.
In Pitt, that last rally had some great block touches that kept them in the rally, and then Tori Stafford crossbody working through the Nebraska block and seam. But that ball, I believe keep it touch. Merritt Beason on the way out. This thing is straight down off the body of Beason for the Pitt point.
What a response from Emma Monks and Olivia Babcock in a have-to-have-it moment.
Fourth set point, you have to win by 2. Service error, hands set 2 to Nebraska. They lead 2 sets to none here in the semifinal. Foot on the gas. Can Pitt respond? Here we go. Fairbanks to Valeria Vasquez Gomez, and hello, Nebraska block. It didn't go anywhere. That's 12.
Unbelievable. And Becca Alec owning that net side to side, laterally closing that block for Nebraska.
Becca Alec 8 blocks today. Service error gives Pitt its first point. Alec, by the way, coming off a career high 12 blocks against Arkansas in the regional final.
And Arkansas ran such a fast tempo offense. John Cook said that helped prepare them for Pittsburgh, who also runs a very fast offense.
One-handed set by Bergen Riley, and Becca Alec will terminate.
Gets it with her left hand, throws it down.
John Cook has talked about how this team has challenged him to be patient, to enjoy the ride with him. It's something that Merritt Beason has had to remind him of. But Lexi Rodriguez told us this team has learned to trust its training, and that's paying off in big moments like this.
In leaning into one another. We heard that every time we talked to a Nebraska player yesterday. Leaning into the training, trusting the process.
Wow, something is going on now with Becca Alec and Bergen Riley. Dangerous.
Nice job by Nebraska. Lexi Rodriguez puts this right on Bergen Riley's head. She's got all of her options, and she goes to a quick gap 31 set to Becca Alec, who's absolutely loving it.
I think you want to keep the serve away from Lexi Rodriguez. She keeps them in system.
Yeah, I would say so. The 2-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, an All-American, a captain. That's the libero for Nebraska.
Nice try by Stafford to try to save that ball. Emmy Klicka just sends it a little bit too long and tight there on the second contact.
Nebraska has dominated this match. Pitt has only led for 4 points tonight. Tori Stafford. There you go.
And I love the eye contact from Tori Stafford to her setter, Rachel Fairbanks, after that. She says, come on, let's go. That's the set.
Tori Stafford is not playing like a freshman.
Not at all. She looks unfazed by this stage.
Tori Stafford and her fellow freshman Olivia Babcock, they played club together, now playing in the national semifinals together for the first time as freshmen. Merritt Beason turns it on the angle. Stafford to the back row.
It's an inside set to Tori Stafford off this pass. But my goodness, she goes in hard, able to bypass all 3 blockers. What a kill.
9 kills, 5 digs for Stafford. Andy Jackson soaring.
Andy Jackson, 15 in white, cross-body kill, attacking that right back defender, Olivia Babcock for Pitt.
You're seeing Nebraska's going in the middle a lot more in this set early on. Becca Alec and Andy Jackson.
Because they're passing the ball in serve receive, putting it right in Bergen Riley's hands, and that's a higher percentage play.
Fairbanks behind her to Wokolo. Roll shot by Murray.
Oh, what a play, what a save.
Bergen Riley with the tip. Vasquez Gomez to the floor.
What a play from Pittsburgh. Everybody was in, getting ups, keeping that play alive.
Bergen Riley likes that deep tip. Tori Stafford runs it down, and then the throwdown down the line by Valeria Vasquez Gomez, number 2 in yellow.
Dylan Griffin rotates in. Emma Monk's now in the middle for Pitt. A must-win set for the Pitt Panthers as Nebraska won the first 2. A spot in the championship match on the line. Harper Murray goes wide.
Unforced hitting there for Nebraska, but that ball's going to Lexi Rodriguez, and she's taking care of that pass. That's a good first contact for Nebraska.
We're tied at 6. That's the Harper Murray we've seen all night. Puts her in double figures with 10 kills.
We talk about the importance of first contact. Lainey Choboy, the freshman, puts it right in Bergen Riley's hands, and that's a fast tempo ball to the left pin to Harper Murray. Good isolation.
10 kills for Harper Murray. 5 of those came in set 2. She only had 1 error in set 2 as well. See the kill leaders for the Cornhuskers. The dump by Fairbanks, saved by Choboy. Pitt keeps going. Becca Alex sends it right back.
She's relentless at the net.
How about this ball? Rachel Fairbanks aggressive at the net, but Choboy all over it. And then Becca Alex saying, "Get out of my kitchen."
Let her cook over there. Going for the angle. There was a touch. Point for Pitt. Dan Fisher had grabbed the green challenge card and puts it back.
I just want to point out, you've got 3 attackers on this court that all have 10 kills. They're 3 true freshmen. Harper Murray from Nebraska, Tori Stafford and Olivia Babcock, 10 apiece for Pittsburgh. The future is bright in the world of volleyball.
Service error for Fairbanks. Puts Nebraska up by 2.
Pitt trying to get something going.
So Nebraska rotates so that Bergen Riley is serving. This is one of their strongest rotations. And Vasquez Gomez is going to drop in the tip.
Really nice job by Pittsburgh. Heads up play from Vasquez Gomez to drop in that tip over top of that block, recognizing that the defense was on their heels. You got to be able to side out efficiently here in set 3 and get out of that serving rotation with Bergen Riley behind the service line.
They want to make sure there's not a wet spot on the floor now, so they brought another towel out.
Yeah, let's get this going. Come on.
Vasquez Gomez has had to think about this serve for a long time.
I think the court is clean.
Saved by Fairbanks. Merritt Beeson off of the block.
Textbook tool by Beeson off the right hand of Babcock. She gave her a little bit line, and Merritt Beeson took advantage of it.
Beeson's been really efficient when she's got to hit on that outside pin before she can rotate over to the right side. It's where she started her career at Florida, on the outside, before switching over to become an opposite.
The first time in her life playing opposite was when she went to Florida her first 2 seasons. They moved her over there. It's worked out pretty well. And a miss hit by Allie Batenhorst. And when Merritt Beeson went in the portal, she had played USA Volleyball with Lexi Rodriguez and Becca Alex. So she talked to both of them about what is John Cook like? What is the coaching staff like in the program at Nebraska? And they had nothing but good things to say.
She said, shoot me straight. What am I walking into? Be honest with me. And she said it's been everything and more that she dreamed of.
Batenhorst gets another swing, dug up by Vasquez Gomez. Here comes Babcock. Batenhorst on the angle.
Really nice job from Batenhorst. She had a swing to forget a point ago, certainly. And then in an out-of-system situation, again, she betters that ball, goes cross-court angle to zone 4. Really nice placement and response from Batenhorst.
And when she gets her feet to that ball, she's a very effective long attacker for Nebraska at 6'5".
Tori Stafford coming in. Andy Jackson in the middle. Klicka saves it. Beeson on the right side. Amy Klicka there again. She got a piece of the block. Yes, she did.
Great set from Fairbanks, but what a dig from Harper Murray, just throwing her hands up to keep this ball alive. And Batenhorst able to tool that block at the last second.
They serve at Stafford. Babcock inside the court, rejected, monster stuff. Batenhorst.
Andy Jackson and Allie Batenhorst right there. Look at Batenhorst. She sets up that block, turns it in, closes that seam, nowhere to go.
Ladies, that is 14 blocks for Nebraska.
17's the record, right?
Yeah, in their last match against Arkansas, which went 4 sets. Beeson off hands.
So that tells me, right, 17 blocks, highest of the season against Arkansas a weekend ago. They get better every time they step on the floor, and they are certainly peaking at the right time. It's evident from their play so far. It's offense that Pittsburgh runs, but they've just been so steady from the start of this match until now.
31 blocks in their last 7 sets, and then the ace out of the timeout.
We've talked a lot about defense, but what sets up your defense? It's a tough serve, attacking from the service line. Lexi Rodriguez, enough pace on that ball to get away from the pit passer.
5-0 run for Nebraska. Gia Wokolo breaks through the block.
And I love this run from Rachel Fairbanks. She's on the 10-foot line, so you don't think she's going to go to the middle, and yet she pushes this ball so fast to Wokolo. Wokolo is able to sneak it through.
Nice serve by Babcock. Wokolo on the slide. Andy Jackson in the middle. 4 kills, no errors, 4 blocks for Andy Jackson.
Transition offense for Nebraska. Not only are they digging a lot of balls, but they're attacking that high percentage ball to the middle blockers are paying off.
Pitt is going to be out of rotation. Nebraska is trying to be the second. Right now, just trying to get to Sunday. They can do that with a win in this set. Ace! Four aces for Nebraska. Pitt does not have any timeouts left in this set. Back to back!
You're seeing Merritt Beeson play a little game of yo-yo. Deep serve followed by a short drop serve. Right over the net and drops it right in front of Tori Stafford. Great serve.
Four aces for Merritt Beeson alone. Wokolo in the middle, that's what Pitt needed.
For Pitt, Chia Wokolo is their emotional leader. They need to get her involved, whether it's offense or defense. And they're just trying to get something going. You saw Coach Fisher make a substitution, put Valeria Vasquez-Gomez back in the game.
Juliana Dalton, the transfer from Washington State, has subbed in for the first time to serve for Pitt. And it's in, coming in hot off the bench with an ace.
And that's why he went to her off the bench. She is so tall where she's able to attack and hit this ball. It's such a high angle that it allows that ball to drop in right on the line. Excellent serve. Coming off the bench cold, by the way.
It's her third ace of the season. They run Andy Jackson off of 1 foot, and Nebraska has hit 20 points.
Tori Stafford back in the match.
Babcock out of the back row, tooling a triple block.
Pitt able to run that big set to Babcock, and it pays off.
Olivia Babcock, what a special talent. 11 kills, 7 blocks, 4 digs. She has been so fun to watch all season. Murray has been 2. That's 11 for her.
I just think the production you're seeing from true freshmen is remarkable on both sides of the court, quite frankly.
Harper Murray and this Nebraska team hitting 500 in set 3 right now.
Pitt has a front row setter in Rachel Fairbanks. Look for Babcock out of the back row for Pitt.
There she is.
Nebraska knew it was coming as well. I'm not the only one.
I was going to say, you were looking for it, they were looking for it.
"15 blocks for the Huskers. Gomez dug by Choboy.
Pitt in the net trying to block that ball, and Nebraska's got all the momentum right now with Kennedy Orr on the service line.
Rachel Fairbanks was running from cross court, trying to get back in time to go up for the block, just a little bit late. Harper Murray feasts.
Nebraska needs 2 more points to make it to Sunday in the championship. Fairbanks to Vasquez-Gomez off the block. Bergen Riley back to Harper Murray. Long. Pitt's third straight appearance in the semifinals. They have never been to the championship match, and they have a hole to dig out of to get there tonight. There is a touch. Match point Nebraska. Use the challenge here. The call will be confirmed, and it is match point Nebraska. They can feel Sunday. Beeson. We play on. Olivia Babcock tipping over the block.
Some defense in transition offense out to Babcock on the left, and Pitt trying to stay alive.
It's coming over. Emma Monk's ready. Third match point coming up.
Really nice job by Emma Monks in the middle for Pittsburgh, recognizing overpass, swings at this cling.
John Cook will take a timeout here and a spot in the national championship. Match point Nebraska. Harper Murray. Stafford off the block. Riley to Beeson on the tip. And a fourth match point for Nebraska.
And I like the idea from Harper Murray to tip this ball over the block. The only problem is Olivia Babcock's got some serious hang time. Look at her on the way down, but still able to catch that ball for a block.
A net violation, and #1 Nebraska marching into the championship, but we have a challenge. Dan Fisher will pull the green challenge card.